Getting a mortgage, it's probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, financial decision most of us will ever make. And let's be honest, the process is famous for, well, for mountains of paperwork and just waiting and waiting. But what if AI, artificial intelligence, could just change all of that? Today, we're going to dig into how an AI mortgage broker might completely rewrite the rules. So yeah, let's dive in. It sounds a little bit like science fiction, right? The whole idea that an algorithm, just a piece of software, could handle your entire home loan from start to finish. But here's the thing. This technology isn't some far-off dream. It's already here, and it's aiming to completely redefine the whole experience. Okay, so what is an AI mortgage broker exactly? The easiest way to think about it is like a super intelligent digital assistant. Its whole goal is to take that complicated, notoriously slow mortgage process and just make it faster, smarter, and way more secure for everybody. But how does it actually pull that off? Well, it really boils down to three key parts, and we're going to start with the first one: speed. Right. So the core function, you can think of it as the engine of this whole system. It's all about one thing: speed. And it gets that speed through some pretty radical automation. It's designed from the ground up to just get rid of all those bottlenecks that have slowed this industry down for decades. So here's a look at how it actually works. Instead of a person, manually sifting through stacks of your bank statements and pay stubs, the AI just handles all that document intake automatically. Then it pulls out and analyzes all the important data, it tracks your application in real time, and get this, it can even give you instant status updates literally anytime you ask. No more waiting for a callback. When you put them side by side, the contrast is just stark. The old way, you've got manual review, human data entry, and all that time spent waiting on hold for an update. But the AI-powered process, it automates pretty much all of that, and even throws in a 24/7 chatbot for help. The really crucial thing to get here is that shift. We're moving from a clunky, manual, error-prone system to something that's totally streamlined and digital. And that shift, it has a massive, and I mean massive, quantifiable impact. We're talking about a 50% reduction. 50%! But okay, what does a number like that actually mean in the real world? Well, it means loan officers have to do half the manual work, and that also means half the chance for simple human error. And for you, the person actually trying to buy a home, that translates into a way smoother experience, a lot fewer of those frustrating rejections that happen because of a tiny mistake. And at the end of the day, just faster loan approvals. Look, being faster is great, no doubt about it. But speed without intelligence, that can be pretty reckless, especially when we're talking about finance. So that brings us to the next really critical piece of this AI broker puzzle. All right, let's talk about the brain of the operation, because this is where the AI goes way beyond just simple automation. This is where it starts making truly intelligent, data-driven decisions that can seriously affect the outcome of your loan. So the AI's algorithms, they perform something called automated underwriting. Basically, it's analyzing a massive range of factors all at once. We're talking credit history, employment records, your overall financial health, all the data on the application. And it uses all of that to build this really complete picture of the borrower. But here's where it gets really interesting. The AI doesn't just look at your past data. Nope, it uses predictive analytics to actually look forward. It can forecast what market trends are going to do, it can assess property values with incredible accuracy, and it can evaluate risk in a way that goes so far beyond just a simple credit score. So the really crucial point here is that this is not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. Not at all. The whole goal is to move way beyond a simple approved or denied stamp. Instead, it's about finding the absolute right loan for each and every person. And there's this quote from the source material that just captures it perfectly. The loan recommendations are, quote, tailored by AI to match their goals, spending, and financial patterns. It's about creating a real, sustainable financial partnership, not just, stamping a transaction as done. Of course, whenever you talk about gathering and crunching this much personal financial data, there's a huge question that just pops in your head, right? How in the world is all of this sensitive information being protected? And that brings us perfectly to our third pillar, the shield. Because a system this powerful absolutely needs some seriously robust safeguards. We're talking about protection from outside threats, sure, but also making sure it's operating completely within the law. Okay, so the AI uses machine learning to actively hunt for signs of fraud. It's constantly on the lookout. It can flag things a human eye might totally miss, like really subtle inconsistencies between, say, an application and a bank statement. Or it can spot digital evidence that a document has been messed with. It's a totally proactive defense system. And hey, it's not just about stopping fraud. The AI is also doing constant compliance monitoring. It makes sure that every single step of the process follows that, let's call it a complex web of financial regulations. And that protects everybody, both the borrower and the lender. So when you put all these pieces together, you've got the engine for speed, the brain for intelligence, and the shield for security. What does all this really tell us about the future of getting a loan? So let's recap. The AI advantage, it really boils down to these three things. First, it's smarter, giving you personalized, data-driven recommendations. Second, it's faster, just slicing through all that red tape and paperwork. And third, it's safer, with really powerful fraud detection and compliance monitoring built right in from the start. I mean, think about it. This technology is completely transforming one of the most traditional and, let's face it, complicated parts of the financial world. And that leaves us with a really fascinating final thought to chew on. If an AI can handle our biggest financial decision, a mortgage, what part of our financial life is it going to manage next? Retirement planning? Investment management? The door, it seems, is now wide open.